So, Ralph, this podcast is called Beyond the Numbers because I believe our financial decisions should connect to meaning and purpose. So, when you look at your work recovering stolen assets, protecting elections, and helping organizations find ethical leadership with deeper purpose, what deeper purpose really drives you?
My purpose is finding justice for the victims that seem to be overlooked in all this. There's over 880,000 new victims every year just in the United States who file a report with the FBI through the ic3.gov website. And only 1 in 20 are estimated to report a crime. So it may be 20 times higher than that number. It's an epidemic, and national wealth is being transferred to scammers, foreign and domestic, mostly overseas, and there's no recourse. If you file a report on ic3.gov, good luck. You're going to wait a long time to hear anything. I was a victim of a scam once myself, filed the IC3 report, still waiting to hear from them. That was in 2018. You're not going to hear back unless your case is big, like 5 million or more, because they're overwhelmed. There's only so many people, and you get 880,000 new cases a year. They've got to have a structure to handle it, and you can only take the higher priority cases. The little guy is not going to get justice. So federal government is out, state government, hit or miss. Maybe they'll help you, maybe not. Local police department probably doesn't understand what you're talking about. What do you do as a victim? And we're seeing a lot of victims in total despair. They've lost their life savings in many cases. And I've seen a number of suicides. People will just, it's over, there's nothing I can do, there's no hope, and they take their life. Well, we try to provide hope, if hope is available. And we say we do an initial evaluation of the case and estimate the probability of the recovery of their money. It may take some time, but at least there's a chance. It doesn't mean the sun won't come up tomorrow. And we may be able to recover the money. We're going to give it everything we can, bring in the resources that we have available to help on this case, and try to get justice for the victims who have nowhere to go, and they really don't understand it either. They were promised a romance scam. Somebody's going to marry me, need a little bit of help with money. Next thing you know, my life savings is gone, and the guy disappears, or it's a fake investment site. Oh, look, my $100,000 investment is now worth $2 million. It's all fake. And their life savings is gone. It's just someone trying to improve themselves a little bit. No, I can invest and make some money on Bitcoin because everybody hears about it, digital currency. And the whole thing is just rife with fraud. And people are not understanding what they're doing. Another major source of crime and fraud in the Bitcoin world are the Bitcoin ATMs.
I've never seen a Bitcoin ATM.
Usually they're hanging around the gas stations. You'll see a Bitcoin ATM machine. I know here in Chicago, there's 1,100 alone with one company. So you can go in there with a wad of cash in your hand. It's not unusual to see an old person sitting there with $50,000 and $100 bills, shoving it in the machine, which the Bitcoin machine, the company operating it, takes up to 30% as a fee for doing it.
Oh, my Lord.
Staggering, right? And then the money is sent
insane.
is converted to Bitcoin and sent to a wallet for the scammer, right? But the Bitcoin machine operator doesn't perform KYC, so they have no idea where the money went. So now, let's see, I think New York.
This is insane. How is it even legal that those machines are on the street?
Well, they started small and came up, and all of a sudden the scammers realized this is a way to get around law enforcement, because once the money's in the machine, it's gone.
And you chose to put the money in the machine, so...
That's exactly what they say. You chose to put the money, you sat there and put it in. Nobody forced you to do it, right? So there's a lot of victim blaming there, but it's a scam like any other confidence scam. But there are new laws being passed. I think Minnesota and California and I think Connecticut banned them outright. Illinois passed a law, Senator Mark Walker, last August, the Illinois Digital Kiosk Law that regulates Bitcoin ATMs. So they need a $2 million performance bond. They need to lower their fees to a reasonable rate, which they said was 18%. I still think that's unreasonable. And if a victim loses money, the operator of that ATM has to refund the money.
Oh, that's interesting. So that slows down some of those machines putting in place. Yeah.